Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're taking a look at the 10 game companies who have been really knocking it out of the park over the past half-decade.
Stop, you guys. Wrap this up. We should really get going.
It's just a game, sis.
Before we begin, we publish new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Capcom.
Hey there, I'm Mega Man. I'll be your navvy while you play. Let's do this thing.
It's almost hard to believe that Capcom used to be called Crapcom. While there was a period in the 2010s where it felt like they couldn't ever get things right, the publisher/developer has bounced back in a truly remarkable way. First, you had the grand return of Resident Evil through its new sequels and remakes of the older games, bringing the series into the modern era of gaming with improved controls and tighter focuses in their narratives. Then you have the waves of collections that preserve some of Capcom's classic titles, such as Darkstalkers, the Ace Attorney games, Marvel vs. Capcom, and the litany of Mega Man games both mainline and spin-off. In other words, there is an ongoing celebration of the company's heritage through preservation and reinvention, and that is a hell of a way to reignite interest in the Capcom name. Personally, I think it's really great to be able to hear that Capcom presents once more and get that goosebump. Night Dive Studios. While Night Dive has seen a couple of blunders recently, Blade Runner Enhanced Edition could have been a lot better, they have been doing tremendous work for the most part. On one hand, Night Dive has helped bring back and preserve classic games like Doom 64, Quake and its sequel, the original 2 Turok games, Star Wars Dark Forces, and a plethora of other classic FPS games. On top of that, their remake of the first System Shock was visually stunning and helped reintroduce the IP to a whole new audience through modern controls and visuals. They may not put out too many original games, but Night Dive really is doing an incredible job in preserving retro games, both famous and obscure. Supergiant Games.
Good.
Not good enough.
In the 2010s, Supergiant gave us 3 fantastic titles in Bastion, Transistor, and Pyre. In the 2020s, you only need one name to give you a reason to pay attention to these guys. Hades.
You do know that I'm married, don't you, love? I'd forgive you if you didn't.
Hades was one of the best games that came out in 2020 due to its frenetic combat, cleverly crafted story, and wealth of boons, weapons, and modifiers that made every run feel different. Their next game? Hades 2, which sees Zagreus' sister, Melino, attempt to defeat the god of time, Kronos. With a few new mechanics and a ton of new artwork in its characters and environments, we have absolute faith in Supergiant delivering something truly wonderful no matter how long it'll take before 1.0 launch.
Wait for me, Father. I'll be this.
Insomniac Games.
Stop! Non-lethal! Just get it off of him!
Insomniac has basically been carrying the PS5 generation and has been doing so in spectacular fashion. Admittedly, the launches of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and Spider-Man 2 could have gone a lot smoother with fewer bugs. However, even with those bugs, they were all still incredibly fun titles to play. Ratchet is still getting a fun arsenal of weapons for us to toy with, while swinging around New York as Spidey gets more seamless and immersive. When it comes to taking advantage of modern hardware, Insomniac is a massive team of tech wizards and animation gurus. And hey, Team Asobi is reaching that same status very quickly. Astrobot looks sick, man. Annapurna Interactive. There are only a few publishers keeping the AA scene alive and well, and Annapurna is one of them. Since we entered the 2020s, this publisher has helped see so many games cross their finish lines. Solar Ash, Kentucky Route Zero, The Artful Escape, Neon White, Stray, Thirsty Suitors, and Cocoon have each delivered unique packages with new ideas for mechanics or simply by blending genres together. Annapurna has really been bringing a lot of flavor to the market from various corners of the globe here, and we hope the drive carries on through the next half-decade and beyond. Vanillaware. If you've never heard of this studio before or even touched one of their games, we gotta ask, what the hell are you doing? While their output hasn't been anything as hectic as other studios' release schedules might be, Vanillaware has been chugging along to its own beat while continuing to belt out some truly amazing titles. In the 2020s so far, we've gotten a fantastic RTS in 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, a beautiful remaster of one of their first games with Grim Grimoire Once More, and a stellar tactical RPG loaded with unique playable characters in Unicorn Overlord. And with every new release, Vanillaware's art team puts out impressive character models and environments without fail. And if you want a game that's a little faster in its pacing, then you can check out Vanillaware's other legendary classics, Dragon's Crown and Odin Sphere, both of which are available on modern platforms. New Blood Interactive.
Wise guy, huh? Look, I don't have time for prank calls, and I don't appreciate—
Stop talking and pay attention.
There are so many incredible developers and publishers putting out incredible boomer shooters and immersive sims, but none are doing work of the same magnitude as New Blood Interactive. From adrenaline-rushing games like Dusk and Ultra Kill, to more immersive experiences like Gloomwood and Unfortunate Spacemen, New Blood's library is perfect for anybody nostalgic for 90s era games, and holy crap, they're making a Twisted Metal successor? Hell yes! And if you haven't heard of this team, we highly recommend you go check out their newest game, Fallen Aces. That is, if you want to see an immersive sim in the style of a 1950s pulp comic. These guys are super creative. Go check them out.
Men trying to kill me? Get in line, pal.
Focus Entertainment.
We fell here by accident. We'll leave if you show us how.
Lies!
I swear! I don't know what's happening here, but we have nothing to do with it.
Lies!
Focus Entertainment is another publisher that has been thriving in the AA market. In recent years, they've published some really fun games like Chance of Sinar, Warhammer 40k Bolt Gun, Other Side, and Evil West. Even less than stellar titles like Atomic Heart and Aliens Dark Descent still bring their own amount of fun to the table, but you probably know this publisher more for the Plague Tale games. Yeah, it's a pretty diverse portfolio for them, and they clearly have some idea of what projects are worth investing in, even if they don't have the most polish or have a bit of jank to their controls.
Before you lot stole from us!
From Software.
Please, can you help me out of this? My thanks. 1,000 thanks.
So far, From Software has only put out 2 games this decade, Elden Ring and Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. Thing is that both of these titles were still brilliant in their own ways. Elden Ring took From's action RPG formula to new heights with its open world design, while Armored Core 6 revived one of From's older IPs while integrating even more weapons and showing people that From can make other games besides dark fantasy action RPGs. And this all goes without mentioning the recent Shadow of the Erdtree DLC for Elden Ring.
In one so bereft of light.
Nintendo.
We do not know what waits below, so we need to be ready for anything.
Just a disclaimer, we have worked with Nintendo in the past through sponsorships and giveaways, but truthfully, we really do think Nintendo has been at the top of their game consistently over the last several years. Animal Crossing New Horizons, the massive wave of new tracks added to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the return of Pikmin and Metroid, Tears of the Kingdom, and several classics from the Wii, Wii U, and 3DS days seeing remakes and remasters. Every year, we have seen a great handful of titles from Nintendo and their partners. Honestly, Nintendo could stick with the Switch for several more years, and we would still be happy. But let us know, is there a game company you feel has been putting out great work lately? Personally, I have to give a big shout out to Purple Lamp for their work on SpongeBob the Cosmic Shake, and the remakes of Battle for Bikini Bottom and Epic Mickey. These guys, I love their animations, I love their art style, they're doing great work. But let us know your thoughts down in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays for more great videos every day.